Hello, and welcome to Alicia Moose Knitting, a knitting, crochet, spinning, and weaving podcast. I'm coming to you today because my children, ages 11 and 8, decided that we had to have a YouTube channel. They are my production crew and editing team, so please give us a little bit of grace with our editing skills as we learn the process together. What I'm wearing today is the City Limits sweater by Tanis Lavalley, and I made it out of Holst Coast yarn. We're going to start with some finished objects, and I thought since it's towards the beginning of the year, we would just go with everything that I've finished so far in 2025. So first, I have a couple of hot water bottle covers. The patterns were self-drafted, and the colorwork motifs that I used are from some patterns that I own from Ellie of Skein Deer Knits. The yarn I used is Let Lopi yarn, and I started by basically starting at the bottom like you would a toe and cast on and then increased to the size that I needed. And then when I was done, I washed them in the washing machine with some towels to felt them a little bit. The next thing that I knit is just a basic hat, and it was made with the Big Twist yarn in the sapphire color. So just a basic beanie. I don't know yet if it's going to be a gift or a charity hat, but we'll figure out what to do with it at some point. Then we moved on and made the Paw Print Love Beanie by Sarah Gross. It was made with yarn from the Twice Sheared Sheep Advent box. The multicolor yarn is Freya Fine Hand Paints, and the beige kind of cream yarn with speckles is the Darling DK in the colorway Heritage. It's a nice little beanie. Looks cuter on my daughter than it does on me, but that's what we've got. Next, a number of years ago, I knit my daughter a neon ski bonnet, and unfortunately she's grown because that's what children do. So she needed another one for her birthday. So that's what this is. So it's the Neon Ski Bonnet by Lacey Volk, and I used the KC yarn in the colorway Lavender Bloom. It was they are the Patton's Croy in the Clover Colors colorway. I didn't really use a pattern for this, just basic toe up and a short row heel. So now we're going to get into what I'm working on. So the first project we have is actually my lone carryover from last year, and is the Kruger wrap by Noma. So this wrap, you start in the middle and make the triangle shape, and then you work the wings going out. So this yarn is actually yarn that I purchased all throughout the year. I decided to make my own advent calendar, and instead of buying all of the skeins at all the fiber festivals I went to, I was able to buy a bunch of mini skeins and support a lot of different dyers throughout the year. Unfortunately, I didn't take good notes when I was shopping and got home and realized not everything had tags on it, so I'm not able to tell you the dyers for those yarns. The next thing that I am knitting is the Haru V-neck sweater by Nami Choi. And this yarn, I'm actually using the Lion brand Jiffy in 2 different colorways. The pattern is actually kind of heavily modified. It is not the gauge that the pattern was written for, and so I've had to rework basically all of the numbers, but I liked the way the neck was done, and it was a free pattern, so I thought I would give it a try, even though I had to change a bunch of the numbers, and I'm really liking the way this is turning out. My next item is actually a self-drafted pattern, and I'm working on making a crochet purse. So these are actually the squares that are going to make up the front of the purse. And I have the motifs blocking, and then I'm going to seam them together so we can figure out what size to make all the other pieces. So that's a fun project, and I'm using the number 10 crochet cotton for this project. The last project that I have on my needles is a pair of socks using the KC Sock Star in the colorway Carnival Splash Stripe. I always like to have a pair of socks on the go, or a hat, just so I have something that's easy to carry around in my purse for when I'm waiting for kids for the stuff at school and other things like that. So always good to have some socks on the go. The next project that I plan on starting is the Journal Cowl by Terry Haynes. And to make that, I'm going to be using some of the yarn from the 25 in 2025 yarn box that At Haynes House put together. I was lucky to get to be a part of this. There was only 25 boxes available, I believe, and I got to snag one. So I look forward to using some of these beautiful colorways from At Haynes House to make the cowl that Terry Haynes wrote to go along with this yarn. So thank you so much for coming and sharing with me today and hearing about my knitting and crochet projects. Unfortunately, there's no spinning or weaving to talk about today, but I'm sure there will be in future episodes. So my son would be very upset if I didn't ask you to like, comment, and subscribe. So that's for him. And I look forward to seeing you guys again soon.